Being a storyteller yourself, were you nervous of someone telling your version of events, especially Will Arnett, who, with the greatest respect, this is the first time he's written a film as well.
Yeah.
Were you nervous about handing that, one of the most personal moments of your life over to somebody else?
Massively, and it took a little bit of time, and it took a little bit of trust. And I first met Will 8 years ago, and for the first couple of years, we were kind of developing this. And then it came to a point where I was chipping in, helping to write it as well. But it became apparent that for the story to stand alone, I wasn't the best person to do it because, in fact, being here in Ireland is so appropriate because I'm a storyteller, not a story writer. And it needed somebody with different eyes to do it. And I'm so pleased with the results. But it did take a bit of faith.
Was there ever any discussion of you playing yourself? My dad was very disappointed to find out you're not playing yourself in the film.
Was he? Well, I think there's a couple of things around that. Number one is like when this thing happened to me, I was a month off being 34, and so if I was playing myself now, I'm 6 months off being 60. It's a completely different thing. And so in order to do that, then I'd have to cast children different, to be age appropriate. And at the time when we split up, my kids were 5, 3 and 1. You know what I mean? Whereas now they're 31, 29 and 27. So imagine sitting down 3 blokes and saying, me and your mum are splitting up. It's not the same story, is it? So it just felt... I also as well... I wanted it to be based in New York because I feel from an international perspective, from a marketing perspective for the film, but also from everyone's perspective, you think of stand-up comedy starting in New York. It lives in New York. So, and there was no way I was going to carry that off with this accent.
Well, I was going to say, Liverpool is so tied to who you are. To the point, I know Alt Street, where you grew up, you have the sign in your kitchen from that. What made you decide not to have that personal aspect of it? Was to distance yourself from that character, that it's a take on you, it's not actually you? Because
it allowed more freedom in the film, because once something becomes biographical, as we've seen recently with stuff, and someone says this is a true story based on, and someone sues against it, say that didn't happen, this didn't happen. It gets you away from that. But also, this is a film about love. It's not a film about stand-up comedy. This is a film about two people who lose each other, and that's what happened with me and Melanie. But it's easier if it's Alex and Tess. It's easier if it's an extension of us rather than the reality of us.
And just on that as well, now, if there was a film being made of my life, there's one particular audience member, my missus, I'd be sitting here nervous. I'm conscious you're telling your version of events. Was there any moment when she's watching the film where she kind of turned around, oh, that's how you remember it, is it?
Well, it was interesting because what happened when Laura Dern was cast as the female lead to play the part, if you like, of Melanie. She reached out to Melanie, so she spent time with Melanie, getting Melanie's perspective. So there's a scene in the film which is we call it the headlight scene. Yeah. That really happened. Melanie told her about being apart and then having to do this really intimate family thing, and that became that went into the film. That's come directly from Melanie. So for her, it was a big investment, but also there's a thing in the film where Alex sleeps with the comedian. And there was a few looks. I'd never slept with a comedian. I was like, I didn't do that. And it was funny because we did a screening in Liverpool, and Mick Ferry, who's the comedian who introduced me on stage that night 25 years ago, came to the screening with another comedian. And that was the first thing they said. Who was it? Yeah. Who was it?
The main theme in the film is kind of the reconciliation and finding yourself and being who you were. As someone who has gone through sold-out arena tours, working for Liverpool FC, performing in front of the royal family, the Top Gear #1 star in a reasonably priced car,
knocking Tom Cruise off the top. Thank you.
Your best friend, Tom Cruise. Did you make the Christmas card list or the cake list? That's who
the
you were.
Cake list. No, I haven't made the cake list yet.
Well, I was going to say, what do you do now to kind of keep sure you find yourself? Because obviously all these incredible things that have happened to you throughout your life, like the fact you're rubbing shoulders with Tom Cruise and Bradley Cooper now. How do you stay grounded and not lose who you are again?
Because I'm lucky enough that all this happened later in life. I didn't leave my job till I was 40, and I met the woman that I lived with, who I'm married to when I was 22. I still go to the match with the lads I went to school with. My mates who I went to college with, they're still my best mates. I'm lucky that I've always had good people around me, I think if you come into this world, let's be honest, this isn't my world. This press junkety thing and the way that people move around, Hollywood stars and all that, it's really interesting. If you come into it as a young person and stay grounded, Jesus, you've done well there. But coming into it when you are who you are, it's just a little bit easier.
Was that kind of your concept of romance, was that shaped by your parents? I know your father gave your mother a birthday card when she was 15 that she still had.
Yeah,
Is 13.
Yeah.
Is that what shaped your kind of relationship? Because we're so easy to just say, oh, we split up, that's the end of it now.
Yeah, no, when my mum and dad were married for 62 years, and so when we split up, I couldn't get my head around that that's what happened, because my mum and dad were married for 62 years, and when my mum passed away and we were going through her things, we found this birthday card from my dad to my mum, which he'd give it for her 13th birthday. He was a school teacher at the time, but he wasn't. He loves that gag. He was the caretaker. He wasn't. He loves that gag as well. No, but I've done that in the stand-up, but that's true.
It took me way too long to pick up that.
No, but the card is a true thing, and it is. It's like knowing what love is, because love isn't the best days. Love is the worst days. You're with somebody for the worst days. Not the Christmas card photograph where you're all in the same pajamas. You're there when at times you can't even stand how each other breathes. It's hanging on. Just hang on.
My missus will be very happy to.
It is. I said this in stand-up. Just hang on till the end, until one of you dies, and then the winner gets the house. That's what love is.
Or as my missus say, do you have to breathe all the time?
All the time, constantly, in and out.
The show is called Extravision. It's named after an old video shop that used to be in Ireland.
Yeah.
So if you were to walk back into a video shop one more time, what 3 films would you pick?
What 3 films would I pick, apart from this one?
Apart from this one. It's not out on video yet.
Yeah.
Don't encourage piracy.
What would I pick? My 3 classic films is, there's obviously Deer Hunter, because I think that's just a classic film. I would pick Grease.
My John Travolta socks on.
Yeah, because I just think it's the most joyful of films. And because he made this, I'll probably pick Silver Linings Playbook, because I think that's just a brilliant film.
You're staying on message now.
Of course I am. Dead on message. If I wasn't picking that one, what else would I pick? I'd probably go for a Goodfellas or something, because I'm a bloke and I want to look hard.
And finally, obviously you do a show with Des Bishop. I noticed that Will's podcast co-host managed to get a role. You weren't able to secure a role for Des in this, even though he auditioned.
How did you know that he auditioned? Because you made us struggle about it, yeah.
Not only did you not get him a part, you couldn't even get him a ticket to the premiere, I believe.
No, Des. So they had loads of stuff going on in New York, obviously around it. And Des was sort of asking late, and everybody wants to come, so he was asking in the morning, the premiere was in the afternoon. I'm like, Des, give us a break. But since then, I've been desperately trying to get him tickets, and he's always doing something else. But he has seen it. He has seen it. He does like it.
John, really appreciate your time. Thanks a lot.
Lovely. Thanks for your time.
Thanks very much. Really appreciate it.